Good morning, class 12 children. Today we are again back with our online class. If we remember our last online class, we made a start with the play The Tempest written by William Shakespeare. We touched the left out acts in the play The Tempest, Act 4 Scene 1. The opening of Act 4 Scene 1 took us before Prospero's cell, where we saw Ferdinand successfully piled off the heavy logs as ordered by Prospero. Prospero had punished Prince Ferdinand in order to test the love that he has for his daughter Miranda. And when Prospero sees the efforts used by Prince Ferdinand in piling up the heavy logs, he rewards his daughter Miranda as a gift to Prince Ferdinand. However, he strictly warns Ferdinand that he should not violate the virginity of Miranda before they get married. Prince Ferdinand also assures that he would not take up any chances in violating his promise. Thereafter, we saw the entrance of Ariel, the favorite spirit of Prospero, where Prospero assigns Ariel with some more tasks. He is instructed that he should be very quick in doing the work that he has assigned to him. Prospero also tells Ariel that rather than bringing the required number of spirits, it would be better that he brings some extras. And hence we saw Ariel departed, as invisible he was. That was the portion we had covered in Act 4 Scene 1. Now we'll proceed what happens after this. Here we go. So students, if you are ready with your book, please see. We are on page 66. We saw the entrance of Iris. Now from here, we are entering in the field of mask. Dear children, last time I had told you about mask. A mask is an aristocratic celebration or entertainment in the 17th century, consisting of dances, actings, songs, costumes, etc., applied to the representation by allegorical or mythological subject. That was what we discussed what mask was. And today we are going to see the mask. The mask is carried out by the entrance of godly characters. We will see here goddess Juno, goddess Ceres, and goddess Iris. However, these all godly characters are the personated characters of the spirits living in this island, headed by Ariel. Hence, let us resume the remaining portion of Act 4 Scene 1. So enter Iris. Now who is Iris? Iris is the goddess of rainbow. She is the messenger of the queen of the goddess Juno. Let us see what she does in the scene after her entrance. Enter Iris. Iris is seen talking to Ceres. Now who is Ceres? Ceres is the goddess of agriculture. She is the goddess of agriculture. What did Iris say to Ceres? Here Ceres is Ariel. Ariel has now taken the character of Ceres, who is the goddess of agriculture. And Iris is the goddess of rainbow. She is a messenger of the goddess Juno, the queen of heaven. So let us see what she tells. Enter Iris. Iris says, Ceres, most bounteous lady, thy rich fleece of wheat, rye, barley, virtuous oats and peas. Now Iris says, O goddess of agriculture, Ceres, who is most bounteous lady. Bounteous here means kind, who is very generous. You are a very generous lady. You are a very kind lady. Thy rich leaves, your rich fields of wheat, rye, barley, which oats and peas, all the fields, thy turfy mountain, your grass-covered mountains, where live nibbling sheep, where live the grazing sheep, and flat meads thatched with stover them to keep, and flat meads are the meadows, the green grounds, thatched with the stover, covered with hay, and that feed the grazing sheep. Thy banks, your sea banks, ocean banks, river banks, with peon and twill brim, that all flower with flowers, which spongy April at thy best betrims, to make cold nymph's crown, with spongy April at thy hest betrims, means with spongy April at your command, to make cold nymphs are the watery creatures, chest crowns, who crown the pure queens, and thy broom groves, and you are the goddess of field. These all belong to you, whose shadow the dispiced bachelor loves, who is loved by the bachelor lover, who has been last long, who has been rejected by his lady love. Thy pool clipped vineyard, this all vineyard belongs to you, and thy sea merged sterile, and your sea sore and rocky hard, that is barren and then rocky, where thou thyself dost err, where you enjoy the fresh air, the queen of the sky, whose watery ark and messenger am I. So whose messenger I am the watery ark, I am the rainbow, and I am the messenger to goddess Juno. Bid thee leave these, so I invite you to leave this place and come with me. And with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot, in this very place, to come in a spot. So please come to my place, where I do invite you. Her peacocks fly amain, and in the same place, goddess Juno is also arriving in her peacock-drawn chariot. So here we notice that Iris has been sent by goddess Juno in order to invite Ceres at this meadow, and Ceres, who is Ariel and is the goddess of agriculture, the green grass, the green field, whether it is a fertile soil or barren, she is the queen, she is the owner, all these belong to her. She is invited here to meet goddess Juno, who is shortly arriving. Juno's chariot appears suspended above the stage, and that very moment Juno's chariot arrives here. Approach Ceres, her to entertain, and Iris says, now queen of the heaven, goddess Juno has arrived. So goddess Ceres, who is the goddess of agriculture, please come in order to entertain, in order to welcome goddess Juno. Enter Aries as Ceres. And now Ariel enters, performing himself as Ceres, the goddess of agriculture. Now Ceres says, "Hail, many-colored messenger." Hail means welcome. Welcome, O many-colored, multicolored messenger. Messenger Iris, who is the messenger of goddess Juno, that never does disobey the wife of Jupiter. Who never disobey the wife of Jupiter is goddess Juno. Jupiter is the supreme god of heaven. That means Juno is the queen of heaven. So Ceres here welcomes Iris, the messenger of goddess Juno. And Iris is such a messenger that she never disobeys her goddess, the queen of heaven, Juno, who is the wife of Jupiter. Who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers. So who with thy saffron is orange color wings, upon my flowers, diffuse honey drops. So you drop moistures upon my flowers, which is as sweet as honey. Here Ceres compliments Iris. What does Iris do to her flowers? That it is Iris who drops moisture in order to make the flower as sweet as honey. Refreshing showers, and in order to bring rain, it is Iris who helps the plants, the green fields. With each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres and my unstruck down. So with each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres. My bosky acres means the field covered with bushes, grasses, and my unstruck down and my bare plains, the plains which grow nothing. Rich scarf to my proud earth. So you serve as a rich scarf to my proud earth, because I am goddess of agriculture. The whole earth is mine. I am proud to be the caretaker of this earth. Why hath thy queen summoned me hither to this short grasses green? So why have your queen invited me or called me here in this green ground? Here, serious question, Iris. Then Iris says, a contract of true love to celebrate and some donation freely to state on the blessed lovers. Now Iris says, you have been summoned, you have been invited to celebrate a contract of true love between Ferdinand and Miranda, and some donation freely to state on the blessed lovers, and you are here to confer some donation freely to state on these two lovers to bless them. Ceres then says, tell me, heavenly bow, tell me, O goddess of rainbow, if Venus or a sun, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen. Now before Ceres would confer the blessings to the young lovers, Miranda and Ferdinand, she inquires whether Venus or a sun. Now who is Venus? Venus is the goddess of love and beauty, and Cupid is her son, who is the blind god of love. As thou dost know, do now attend the queen. So are these two still attending goddess Juno? Are these two, Venus and Cupid, still with goddess Juno? Since they did plot the means that dusky deems my daughter got, her in her blind boy's candle company I have her son. Now says, since they did plot, Venus and her son Cupid had planned the means that dusky dis. Now who is this dusky dis? Dusky means gloomy, sad. This is god Pluto, who is the god of underworld. So what had this underworld god Pluto done? God Pluto, the god of underworld, had abducted the daughter of Ceres, whose name is Proserpina. And in this abduction, goddess Venus and god Cupid had helped him. Hence, Ceres does not like Venus and Cupid. because they have helped her daughter Proserpina to be abducted by the underworld god Pluto. Thus she inquires whether these two are still with goddess Juno or not. So if they are still there, she won't be perhaps going, right? So her and her blind boy's candle company I have foreseen. So I have foreseen to keep away myself, right, from the company of this candled, right, goddess Venus and god Cupid. That's why Ceres, before attending to the call of goddess Juno, Ceres inquires Iris whether they are still there with her or not. Now Iris says, of her society be not afraid. Now Iris says, don't be afraid of her company. Society here means company, right? Ceres, don't be afraid of Venus's company. I met her deity cutting the clouds towards Paphos, and her son Dobdron with her. I met her deity. That means I met her goddess cutting the clouds. Cutting means flying through the clouds towards Paphos. Paphos is an island of Cyprus. So Venus was flying that side. And her son Cupid, Dobdron with her, is also in the same chariot with the mother Venus. So both of them are not there with goddess Juno, since Iris had seen the two flying towards Paphos. Here thought they to have done some wanton charm upon this men and maid. So here thought they to have done some wanton charm. Wanton charm means it's a spell to incite them to lust. So they actually thought of like inciting Ferdinand and Miranda to break the promise of Prosperous, whose vows are then no bed right shall be paid till Hymen's stores be lighted. Right? So till God of heaven, Hymen would come and light the marriage between Ferdinand and Miranda, the two actually thought of violating the promise as promised by Ferdinand to Prospero. But in vain. But they were unsuccessful. The trial was useless. The attempt was useless. Mars' hot minion is returned again. So Mars' hot minion is goddess Venus. Mars' wife is returned again, is back. Her wappish-headed son, her spiteful, wappish-headed means spiteful, hateful son, Cupid, has broken his arrows. He has now broken his arrows, swears he will shoot no more. Now he has taken a promise that he will not shoot any arrows on any person's heart in order to fall in love, but play with the sparrows and be a boy right now. And thus he will want to be a small boy, right, and play with the sparrows. This is what Iris says to Ceres, that she should not be afraid of Venus and her son Cupid, since they both are not with goddess Juno. Their attempt to foil the promise of Ferdinand has been unsuccessful. Now see, Ceres then says, highest queen of state, great Juno comes, I know her by her gait. By then, goddess Juno arrives. Ceres then says, highest queen of state, she is the queen of heaven, because Jupiter is the supreme god of heaven, right? And Juno is his wife, so she is the queen of heaven. So great Juno comes, so great Juno is arriving. I know her by her gait, so I know her by the way she walks. I know her by the manner she walks. Here Ceres tells to Iris. Juno's chariot descends to the stage. Juno's chariot now slowly comes down to the stage. Juno then says, Queen Juno, entering the scene, says to Ceres, how does my bonte sister? So how are you, kind sister? She asks Ceres. Go with me. Go with means come with me. To bless this twain. To bless this two. Twain means two. Ferdinand and Miranda. That they may prosperous be. That they may be happy in their lives. And honored in their issue. And be fruitful in their rest part of their life. With the beautiful children that would be born to them. Ceres joins Juno in the chariot, which rises and hovers above the stage. They sing. Ceres then gets into the same chariot that brought goddess Juno, which rises and hovers above the stage, and that rises and then flies in the sky. They sing, and as they rise in the sky, they sing the blessings to Ferdinand and Miranda as blessings to them. Juno blesses, honor, riches, marriage blessing, long continuance and increasing. Hourly joys be still upon you. Juno sings the blessings on you. Now Juno then says, may you be blessed with honor. She is blessing Ferdinand and Miranda. May you be blessed with honors, riches, marriage blessing and happiness in your marriage, long continuous. May the blessing go for a long years of their lives, and increasing, and let it be increasing day by day. Hourly joys be still upon you. May the hourly joys be with you in your life. Juno sings her blessings on you. So this is Juno who is blessing you both. This is Juno who blesses Ferdinand and Miranda. Ceres then says, earth's increase, poison plenty. Now Ceres also blesses with her agricultural gifts. She says, earth's increase. May you be blessed with earth's increase. So whatever is found on earth, may you both be blessed with this. Poison plenty, and let there be abundance. Poison means abundance, plenty of. Let there be no shortage. Let there be no scarcity. Barns and garners never empty. So may your storeroom with barns and garners never be empty. Let it be filled all the times. Vines and clustering bunches growing, and let the grapes, the vineyards, and clustering bunches of the fruits be always growing. You never feel short. Plants with godly burden bowing, and let the plants be overloaded with fruits. Let the branches of the trees be meant with fruits, laden with fruits. Never be you short of anything. Spring come to you at the farthest, in the very end of harvest. May the spring come to you at the farthest, in the very end of harvest. Now let there be no winter, so that the winter would chill you. Let there be spring and spring and spring in your life. Scarcity and want shall shun you. Let there be no scarcity, and want never trouble you. Whatever you want, so you get. Ceres' blessing, so is on you. So this is Ceres, the goddess of agriculture, who is blessing on you both. So hence we saw Juno, goddess of heaven, and then Ceres, the goddess of agriculture, both of them blessing the couple, Ferdinand and Miranda. Ferdinand, on seeing this, reacts. This is a most majestic vision. That means this is a very surprising and very splendid, wonderful sight to see, and harmonious, charmingly, and sweet and melodious. Here, Ferdinand finds very sweet and melodious on being blessed by goddess Juno and Ceres. May I be bold to think these spirits? He then asks Prospero, may I be bold enough to ask, may I be courageous enough to ask, are they the spirits who came and went? Prospero then says, spirits. So Prospero answers Ferdinand, telling that yes, they are spirits, which by my art I have from their confines called to enact my present fancies. So which by my art means magic, spell, which by my magic I have brought them here in order to act my present fancies, in order to act my present imaginations. Here Prospero says to Ferdinand. Ferdinand says, let me live here ever. So Ferdinand liked this place so much, like this island so much. He then says, I wish to live in this island forever and ever. So rare a wondered father and a wife makes this place paradise. And in this beautiful island, I have a rare father, very wonderful father, and a very wonderful wife that makes this island a paradise to see. Right? So this place is a paradise for me to live here my life. Here Ferdinand says. So Ferdinand wishes to live his life in this island forever. Juno and Ceres whisper and send Iris on employment. Meanwhile, goddess Juno, the queen of heaven, and goddess of agriculture Ceres, both of them speak in a very low voice, which could be heard only by the two, and send Iris on employment. And then, after taking a decision, the two of them send Iris, the messenger of goddess Juno, or the goddess of rainbow, on some work. Iris is now again sent to do some task, Now Prospero says to Ferdinand and Miranda. Prospero says, "Sweet now silence." So he tells Ferdinand to keep quiet and pay attention to. Do not disturb the talk between Juno and Ceres. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. Both of these are talking very important thing. So don't disturb them. There is something else to do. So it seems that there is something more to be done. Hush. Hush means silent. And be mute and be silent. Keep quiet. Or else, or spell is marred. Or else, or magic is spoiled. Or magic is harmed. Here, okay, Prospero says to Ferdinand and Miranda. Iris then says. Iris goes and then says. Iris says, "You nymphs called naiads of the wandering brooks." So Iris is a non-Iran. So what talk was a secret talk between goddess Juno and Ceres. Iris performs that task. She is gone away from there and then speaks to nymphs. Nymphs are the watery creatures. Iris says, "You nymphs, who are the watery creatures, called naiads, the other name, of the winding brooks, of the running streams, of the running rivers, with your sage crown, so with your crowns put on the head, an ever harmless look, and look fresh and handsome and beautiful, leave your cliff channel, so leave your curly waters." Cliff channel means curly waters. "And on this green land answer your summons. And on this green land come as quickly as you are ordered by Juno." Juno does command. So come. Juno has commanded you to come here. So leave your work, leave your running stream, leave your curly waters, and attend to the summon of goddess Juno. "Come, temperate nymphs, and help to celebrate a contract of true love. Be not too late." So come quickly to answer the call of goddess Juno, because there goddess Juno is waiting to see the marriage between Ferdinand and Miranda. So there you are invited. So be not too late. So don't be late. Come in a hurry. Right? Enter certain nymphs. So there enter certain watery creatures as called by Iris, the messenger of goddess Juno. "You sunburned sickle man." And here Iris again further says to more of the spirits, "You sunburned sickle men." Sickle men are the reapers, farmers, peasants, who are seen doing work in the field in the prickly heat of the sun. "You sunborn sickle men of August month, when they are very tired," very means tired, they keep on working, "come hither from the furrow and be merry." So come from your furrow. Furrow means the ploughing field where they are ploughing, and be happy. Make holiday. So today you declare, okay, eat a holiday. Your rye straw hats put on. So put on your rye straw hats because it's a celebrative, it's a festival. And these fresh nymphs encountered everyone in country's footing. And these fresh nymphs, the watery creatures, right, made them in country's footing. And so that we can have a dance. Here, Iris is sent by goddess Juno and Ceres in order to call nymphs, the water creatures, and then sickle men, who are the reapers, who are the farmers, peasants, to arrive at the place where they are going to witness a masque. Right? Enter certain reapers, so they are mixed and by certain farmers, properly habited, they are properly dressed, they are neatly dressed, tidily dressed. They join with the nymphs in a graceful dance, and then they join with the watery creatures in this graceful dance. Towards the end, whereof Prospero starts suddenly and speaks, after which, to a strange hollow and confused noise, they heavily vanish. So we see these creatures do make a dance. So this dance is a masque. They are the spirit characters. Right? So they come, they appear in their beautiful clothes, in their straw-mat hats, they perform their tribal dance. Right? And then Prospero speaks. Suddenly the mass gets over, and then these creatures who are nymphs and reapers, they retire from the place. They go away. Right? Now Prospero then says to himself, aside means himself, I had forgot that foul conspiracy. I had forgotten the evil conspiracy. Foul conspiracy means evil conspiracy of the beast Caliban, of the animal-like Caliban. and his confederates and his associates, who are Stefano and Trinculo, against my life. So this is a continuation of Act 3, Scene 2, where we saw Caliban, Stefano and Trinculo headed to murder Prospero. Now Prospero, with his magical sense, realizes the evil conspiracy hatched by the three of them, Caliban, Stefano and Trinculo, and they are now going to attack my life. The minute of their plot is almost come. That means they are very near to the planning. They are almost coming very close to my place. And so Prospero speaks to the spirits. To the spirits he says, "Well done, avoid no more." And then he says to all those reapers and nymphs, who are all the spirits, he says, "Well done. Your performance was absolutely fine. The mass gets over. Now you all can take leave. Now no more," he says. Juno and Ceres ascend in the chariot, say, "Exit Iris." So goddess Juno, the queen of heaven, and Ceres, the goddess of agriculture, they take up their chariot and then fly away, exit Iris. And the messenger of goddess Juno, Iris, is also disappeared. She also goes. So this is what is mask. Here we saw the entrance of godly characters, goddess Juno, Ceres and Iris, who brought more of the spirits to participate in this mask. We saw the dance performed by these spirit characters, and when Prospero realized that Caliban, Stefano and Trinculo are almost reaching to his place in order to murder him, hence he dismisses the mask and allows the spirit characters to disappear. So this is what we have come to know, the mid portion of Act 4, Scene 1. Now what happens more to bring an end of our Act 4, Scene 1 will again take up in our next online class. Thank you very much.